Hey guys, welcome back to the TheVaultProScooters YouTube channel. I'm Issac Miller, and today I'm gonna teach you how to do frontside 50-50 grinds. I guess we'll get right into it. I'm gonna teach you how to do the toe side grind, so the frontside 50-50, which is my favorite 50-50 grind. I feel the most comfortable doing it. I'm gonna teach you my tips and tricks on how I lock into front 50-50 grinds. So the first tip that I have for people on getting confident with frontside 50-50 grinds is not on the scooter actually. It's kind of just coming to a ledge. And I know everyone can like jump up a ledge, right? So find a ledge that you're comfortable jumping up and just like, it's almost the same on a scooter. That's why I feel like frontside 50-50 grinds are like more comfortable. It's literally this aspect of just, but you're on your scooter. Try that a couple times, get super comfortable with it, and hop on the scooter, give it a couple tries. Another little tip I have is like stand on your scooter on the ledge and just like stand there for a few seconds like this. Ooh. Okay, and you'll notice like, yep, like see, you can fall out of it. That's totally fine. It's like kind of hard to balance on ledges in 50-50 grinds. So usually you're just gonna be like on it. You don't wanna lean too far this way because if you lean too far this way, you're gonna wash out. You can sometimes like get away with doing these, that's for sure, but you won't be able to hold it or like lock it if you do that. But front 50-50 grinds are all about confidence. You have to be like ready for it. You have to jump into it and be ready for whatever happens. I always like to use this saying on 50-50 grinds. It's like literally a 50-50. It's 50% chance you'll get it, 50% chance you'll miss. So as I just did in one of those 50-50 grinds is I like squatted, I land in it and I go like, whew. So I can get more like back and forth between my knees and so my weight is like lower. So you can hold the grind a little longer. A squat on a 50-50 looks kind of like this. If you get low, your balance point's lower and it'll be easier to hold it for longer. So when you're jumping for 50-50 grinds, it's pretty easy to overshoot and undershoot. I would say to prevent that, practice jumping on top of the ledge and like overshoot your jump so that you don't potentially fall off of it. Just like that a couple times. So you understand that that's too far. That's 50-50 grinds in a nutshell, I would say, or stalls at this point. Now we're gonna go to the skate park and practice it on a few obstacles and I'll tell you some different tips and tricks. Here we are at our, I would say, perfect little ledge. And this one is an exact example of if you overshoot it, you're probably gonna slide out on that Smith grind. So learn how to bail out. I don't really have tips for bailing out, just be careful. I would say just do this a couple times, get used to the ledge, jump on it a few times. Basically, you're at the point where you just need to try it. You kind of just got to go for it sometimes because you'll know how to do it. And once you try it, you'll have the confidence to try it again. So that's 50-50 grinds on ledges, pretty straightforward. I'll show you how to do them on rails, flat bars, hubbas, down rails, and quarter pipes. Quarter pipes will be last. So the flat bar is where it gets interesting. Right here we have a round rail, and I like round rails the most because you can really lock in your 50-50 grinds. You can lean over, which helps you stay in it longer. You can kind of just like find your balance on the rail. They might be scarier to some people, but it's almost the same thing as a ledge. Once you have them locked in on ledges, you'll be doing the same thing on this rail. Just like, if you got that, then you pretty much have it. So pretty straightforward. I'll show you an example. And so on flat bars, it's definitely scarier. Flat bars are just a scarier obstacle. And another thing that I can't necessarily teach, it's gonna be a lot of confidence. You're just gonna have to kind of turn your brain off for a second and just let your body go and do it. Just kind of jump on the rail, be cautious, but at least give it a shot. All right, so here we have one of my favorite obstacles in the skate park, good old bank to down rail. I think this is a really good example of how to teach yourself down rail tricks without having necessarily the scary aspect of it. It's not as scary because you can kind of just float over it. I'll show you guys. Once you come off this bank, you know, your body's gonna be up here. So even if you mess up, you'll kind of end up down here no matter what. There's a little like area that you can be safe as long as you go fast. So for me on 50/50s on an obstacle like this, I jump, I land, and I don't necessarily squat. I keep my weight up here. So I keep my weight up here all the way until I'm like down here. On that, I was kind of trying to show that you don't put all your weight into the rail on an obstacle like this. Just in case you mess up, there's a like margin for error. The biggest margin for error would be going under or going over. And you don't want either of those really. So practice on a flat bar or a flat ledge until you know that you have it. Second tip, when you're doing it on an obstacle like this, try to get on top. If not, like try to like lean into it and just like get on the top of it. If you're gonna be like this, there's like 100% a margin for error that you're gonna shoot down, and then you'll get shinners and that'll really hurt. Another aspect of it that you never wanna do is overshoot, because then that one you can end up like this with your weight that way, and you do not want that. So like I said, practice on a flat bar or a flat ledge until you're comfortable enough, because the falls on these can hurt a lot more than a flat obstacle. I love Hubbas. Hubbas are super forgiving in terms of if you land on top, you're not necessarily gonna fall. You can kind of just like be comfortable enough to get on top of the Hubba. Practice on that if you have a Hubba. I would say give it a few shots. It might be scary, but as long as you can get your weight on top of the Hubba, I think you'll be safe, just like this. See, you're pretty safe up here. Unlike the rail, you have all this space to kind of like run it out. I know for me, sometimes it takes, you know, even up to like 5 minutes to give myself the confidence to try a trick. So give yourself some patience and some time, and hopefully you can get around that mental block. So I guess I'll show you what a above hip high 50/50 looks like. Now that was tough. See, now that one, like, I did anything I could. Lean back just so I didn't fall over it. Scary, but confidence. Quarter pipes. Frontside 50/50 grinds on quarter pipes. Probably the scariest 50/50 grind. I know everybody likes to go to back 50s on quarters. It feels safe. But for me, front 50s feel safe. Just something that I learned very early on in scootering. So how do I explain front 50s on quarters? I've explained it before as kind of stick the scooter out and keep your body in to the quarter. Kind of are in it like that. Say your body weight's like here. Just in case you miss it, you don't go forward. So keep your body weight back. Once you get into the 50, maybe you can shift your weight on top of it. It's all about locking the 50/50. And if you miss it right away, being back will definitely minimize the fall. All right, so I'll explain it. And just like that, see how I have my body back and I minimize the fall by keeping my weight this way? And that wasn't even on purpose, so just to show that trick kind of works. That was a pretty good one, I would say. Started out with my weight back and I shifted in. With my little tip on keeping your body weight back, hopefully you'll be less scared to fall. Honestly, it's about that mental block, kind of just gotta go for it. Risk a couple falls, eventually you'll be super confident with 50/50s on quarter pipes. So I guess that kind of concludes my tips and tricks on frontside 50/50 grinds. I hope you learned something from this video. If you want to drop a comment, I'll read all the comments below. Subscribe to the TheVaultProScooters YouTube channel. My name is Issac Miller. I ride for Tilt Scooters. I.Shack on Instagram. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped.